Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Condessa, and now we're going to talk about choosing the right foundation for you. Now there are many theories about choosing a foundation. They always say choose one tone lighter, choose one tone darker, but of all the makeup I invest the most in foundation because it serves as the base of your makeup and you put it all over your face, you put it on your skin. So I don't really suggest you guys to be so stingy in buying the foundation. And there are many foundations in the market which are ridiculously expensive, but what I would suggest is before you buy one, always test it. Always ask for test bottles. Makeup stores would always have test bottles like these. You see I have already plenty of them. Because of course you want, before you actually invest on an expensive foundation, you want to know if it is really worth it. And don't be too embarrassed to ask for test bottles. I mean, it's your right, you're the consumer. I know some guys from Sephora or some makeup shop, they're quite hesitant to give you sample bottles, but it is your right, especially if you're purchasing a foundation. Like for example, the bottle from Dior, it's 240 dirhams, and it's quite pricey. So there are many types of foundation. Of course, you have to identify which one do you need. Do you need a full coverage? Do you have a good skin? Maybe you just need a medium coverage foundation. Actually, I have three brands to compare. So I managed to get samples from Estee Lauder, and from Fenty, and from Dior. Now, it is best to ask the beauty personals in Sephora and ask them which tone you have. But if you want to do it yourself, of course you have to know what kind of skin tone you have. Do you have a warm skin tone or do you have a cool skin tone? How would you know? First thing is you can check on your veins if it appears to be bluish. Well, our veins are naturally bluish, so if it appears to be blue behind your skin, then you must have a cool tone skin. And if it appears to be greenish, because people with warm tone, they have yellow undertones, so their veins would appear as green, a little bit greenish. So for me, I have a warm tone, and another indicator for me is that if gold looks better on you, then you must have a warm tone. But if silver accessories looks better on you, then you must have a cool tone skin. And I think that's the easiest way of figuring that out. First, let's have a review of this foundation from Estee. It comes in this bottle, and of course the girl from Harvey Nichols, she's too nice to give me a sample. This one, it's nice. I think the price is 235 dirhams. It's quite pricey. And if you're looking for a full coverage, I'm sorry to say, but this is not the foundation for you. The coverage is very light, and if you have freckles on your face, I don't think this one would actually cover it. Though the finish is nice, your skin looks fresh, but yeah, the coverage isn't really too nice. So this is Estee Lauder. The next samples that I got are from Fenty. Now, choosing the foundation from Fenty is very tricky because they have like 40 shades. I mean, that's just insane. And you really have to take time to figure out which foundation is for you. And I am warm tone, and there are like 20 warm shades to choose from. These are the swatches from the 4 foundations that we have. So this one is from Estee Lauder. As you can see, I have already placed so much product, but the consistency, it's very light. This one is from Fenty 220. It's quite fair. This one is called Warm Peach. This one, it's quite a bit dark. It's called Warm Olive. And this one is just it's 240. It's called Warm. Yeah, I think the last one would perfectly match my skin. I've tried this one. It's quite a bit light on my skin, but I have seen so many reviews about Fenty that when you wear it a little bit longer, it oxidizes and it gets a little bit dark on your skin. Well, it does not happen that to me. In fact, Fenty is really nice. It has a very full coverage. It covers 100% of your blemishes on the skin, and I really like it. Though the consistency is a little bit chalky. It's a little bit thick, but it doesn't give any breakouts on my skin. Apparently, I chose this one between this and Fenty. Well, it was actually a hard decision because this one is 240 and the one from Fenty is 170. So there's really a quite difference on the price, and the quality are both good. But with this one, with Dior, it's very light on the face, and it stays really long. Well, the one from Fenty, it stays very long as well, but this one, I just like the finish because it looks fresh. It's not heavy on the skin. It makes my pores really small. As you can see, this is what I'm actually wearing. I really like it. And the shade that I have here is a 03. We're gonna use to blend the foundation with skin. So we have the foundation brush, and we have the sponge, and we have this thing called silly sponge. So it's like a combination of silicone and sponge. Silly sponge. Okay, well, if you're going to ask me, foundation brushes are okay. In fact, a lot of makeup artists are using that. It's very precise, though the problem with foundation brushes is that they absorb so much of the product, and if you're using expensive foundation, I just don't think it's practical to do that. And maybe it's nice if you're using contouring cream-based contours, because, you know, as I said, foundation brushes are very precise when you use it. This one, the oval sponge, egg sponge, I think this is the best tool to use on blending on your foundation. Though the only problem with this one is that it absorbs the product, but if you're gonna damp it, yeah, it prevents the sponge from absorbing too much of the foundation. And last but not least is the silicone sponge. I just used it, so it's quite dirty, but it feels like using your fingertips. And yeah, it also blends out the foundation in your face, though after using it I still have to do the finishing touches with my sponge. So after this, I'm gonna be showing you how to put on the foundation. Okay? So basically, this is how I look like without makeup. I know, I look crap. Anyway, I have already put on some moisturizer. I have used this product from Face Shop. I know it's quite pricey, but I've been using it for more than 6 months now. And you see it's half empty, and it's a serum, and the product is easily absorbed by the skin. That's why it's really nice to use it before makeup. And of course, I've put a little of primer since I'm gonna be using a high-end foundation, so I think it would not hurt if I use a cheap primer like this one from Rimmel. It's not so bad, but definitely not the best, but I'm using it anyway. Okay, first thing, you have to make sure that your hair is pulled away from your face. And of course, I'm gonna be using my favorite foundation from Dior, and my tone is 030. So if you guys have the same skin tone as I do, okay, your shade for Dior Forever is 030. Okay.
Here on this side of my hands, and then I do it this way, just to make sure that I'm saving the product really well. How easy it is to blend the product. I think I placed too much on the forehead.
Okay, so since I'm not really comfortable using a silly sponge, I'm just trying to even out everything using the
sponge. This sponge.
Actually the foundation overall, it feels really light on the skin. It felt like you just put on some moisturizer. So yeah, that's Dior Forever. Now it's time for the setting powder, and of course I'm gonna be using my ever favorite banana powder from Fenty. I'm gonna put some on my palm. This is just how I apply my makeup. I just don't want to use too much tools like a
dish or whatsoever. The foundation goes really well with the setting powder. Yeah, I really like the whole finish, you know. Yay.
Alright, almost done, but not quite. I'm gonna show you my favorite matte lipstick from Wet n Wild. Yeah, formulation is quite good, so I highly recommend it. I super like the color of this lipstick, but this time I'm gonna be doing a little bit of experiment. So this is the highlighter from Wet n Wild, and I can say Wet n Wild, they have gorgeous highlighters and they're very affordable as well. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be putting a little bit highlight on my lips to make it look a little pouty. So I'm gonna be using the outer shade, the pinkish one. There, I super love the effect. It made my lips look a little bit pouty, even if it's not really. And last but not the least, of course, is another gorgeous highlighter from Wet n Wild. It's Wet n Wild Mega Glow. It's called Precious Petals. Yeah, I always use this every day because it looks very natural. It doesn't look too flashy, I really have no intention of looking like a drag queen. See? See the difference of this side and this side? So I hope you guys know the importance now of having a highlighter and the difference it could actually make. Bam! So gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose to make it look pointy, and my chin. And for the setting spray, I use the one from e.l.f. Pretty affordable, but it definitely does its job. Okay. Now before I actually say goodbye, I actually forgot about telling you guys about this foundation from Bourjois. Bourjois is actually the subsidiary of Chanel, I think, or these two guys are using the same laboratory. So yeah, the makeup from Bourjois is actually amazing. And before discovering this makeup foundation from Dior, I've been using this like every day. It never gave me a breakout. It has a very good full coverage as well, though it doesn't stay as long as the one from Dior. This one is for 80 or 90 dirhams, but it's not so bad. The quality is really good. So yeah, you can try this one. It's called a Bourjois Air Matte. Okay? Okay, so I hope you guys learned on this video, and if you like it, just give this video a thumbs up, but if you don't, it's okay. I don't really care. I just want to share my thoughts about makeup, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.